Oh, this is the first time you and I together shared king crab.
Oh yeah. You were saying that. First time you was like, oh, look at us sharing a king crab together. I'm like, wow, that's such a rich, pretentious statement. I was like, yeah, look at us.
Welcome to the Worst Asian Podcast, where a couple Asian American millennials give you our shitty opinions on all things Asian. My name is Lingjie.
Yep.
I'm here with my co-host. His name is Ben.
Good morning.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Do you
Not
want to
bad.
ask me how I'm feeling?
I was going to. Dude, what the fuck? How are you feeling?
I feel absolutely horrible.
Yeah, bro.
I have nausea. My nausea is so bad. I'm just drinking hot water. Actually, I have 2 bottles of hot
you're
water.
right. It is
I have a
such hot
cup of
water.
hot water, and then I have
Yeah.
a bottle of insulated hot water, so it'll be hot towards the second half of this recording.
Yeah.
And then I have nausea pills.
Yeah, guys.
Not nausea pills, nausea chews.
Nausea chews.
Not Narnia, nausea.
I didn't even know they just make things for nausea, but ginger is for nausea.
Yeah, it says it works for morning sickness, which I hopefully don't have.
Lindsay's pregnant.
It works for motion
Congratulations.
sickness,
Yes.
which I don't think my house is moving right now.
Yeah.
And it hurts
No.
for upset stomachs. That's the one that I have right now.
Yeah.
I have a very... Wait, why does the upset stomach have an asterisk next to it, but all the other ones don't?
What's say in the back? It's like might cause more discomfort.
Why does that
might
one
cause
have an
more bloating.
asterisk?
Yeah, but it's just gonna be
Okay, okay. It says, as far as upset stomach is concerned, equivalent to clinically tested dose of powdered ginger for morning and prevention of motion sickness.
Oh, so it means like they actually did like studies,
but still
right?
for motion sickness.
Okay.
As a result of upset stomach, which I don't have motion sick. Actually, I don't know.
You kind of do maybe, right? But you don't even know what causes. So yeah, I was like, no, Lindsay's not feeling well, guys.
So my apologies to you listeners in advance if I seem a bit more tired or out of it as I normally do. It's also not good because we're recording 3 episodes today, and this is episode 1.
yeah,
So my stomach has like a bad feeling every few minutes, right?
yeah,
It's like a roller coaster, like the dipping part of it. You know, like when you feel your stomach just going up
it's
to...
like lifting.
Yeah, it feels like that, and it kind of hurts. So Ben's going to try to like moderate a bit more of this entire day schedule.
Yeah.
And I would just try to survive through. But for you guys, we're doing this. I didn't want to cancel because we already canceled last week, and it's the middle of December right now, so we have to make this work.
Yeah.
But I think I'm actually sick because, first world problem, I ate too well for too many days in
I
a
was
row.
just gonna go there. Yeah.
It's the glorious week of my wife's birth. So on Friday, we went to an all-you-can-eat Japanese Wagyu shabu place. Wait,
Yeah,
is it
God.
called shabu? Shabu, right? Is it shabu?
Yeah, shabu.
Shabu?
Yeah.
We went to
Shabu.
that. So I had a lot of very fatty A5 Wagyu.
Oh, poor baby.
And then Saturday we went to a Thai
All you can eat.
barbecue / hot pot place, which was also all you can eat. And where did we go last night, Ben?
Oh, poor baby. We went to a fucking dope ass Chinese seafood dinner.
We went to a banquet for one of our friends who had their son's first birthday party
Yeah.
there. So it was basically all you can eat as well.
And also, so we had a table for 10, but technically our table was only for 5 because
We had a bunch of kids there.
yes.
And then we had one person that would die from shellfish.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to our homie right there.
For those of you guys that have been to a Chinese banquet, you know at least half the menu is seafood.
yeah.
Seafood with shells that
Yeah.
turn red.
That was so funny, because like he's like our waiter, super nice guy. He was like an OG Chinese uncle vibe kind
Yeah.
of dude.
And he spoke pretty good English.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
nice guy. I remember when he was taking one of that dish, and then he dropped a spoon that had like the seafood on it, pretty much all over.
All
his
over
shirt,
the guy
remember?
with the shellfish allergy.
Yeah, our homie, it fell over. It was like, yo, imagine like that just like went into his eye. And it's just like his eye exploded or something.
Well, thank God he doesn't actually have, as far as
severe.
I know, like that severe of an allergy.
Yeah, which is kind of a blessing considering most shellfish allergies, it's super toxic.
Is it?
It's super dangerous. Yeah. It's almost instant. That's why they say shellfish and peanut allergies are the most. That's why people have to have labels because like it's almost instant.
So many kids nowadays from my son's school have peanut allergies. Not in his class particularly.
Yeah.
Last year we had 3. This year we have 1. But just as far as not having any kind of like nut or anything in the school,
Right.
it's not anything that we used to have as a kid. We used to have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch.
Oh, crap. You're right.
So they don't have that anymore. Now they just have...
Oh, crap. I used to eat that all the time.
Yeah, that was the good...
That was actually pretty good.
So now it's just jelly sandwiches.
That is so sad. That's so sad.
But what are you going to do if more kids nowadays have a nut allergy? You can't give them peanut butter and
They're
jelly
gonna, like,
sandwich.
Tofu butter, like
So when they go
some
on
crazy shit.
field trips, when we used to go on field trips,
Yeah, bro.
the default thing was a bag lunch with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in
Yeah.
the cafeteria.
Yes.
I don't know what the kids get nowadays.
I remember it was either peanut butter and jelly, which was fucking delicious. I didn't like peanut butter jelly sandwich when I was growing up. Only because I thought because you know how to school, they make it look so ugly. They used to use the wheat bread, the brown bread.
Yeah, and then they wrapped it too tight, so like it...
It just looked mushy.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like a bag of doo-doo, you know? Like it was just, I was, ew, what is this? This is American food? But
Yeah.
then I ate it, I was like, this is what I was missing out on.
It's actually pretty good, but you know
It
what's
is
better?
good.
Peanut butter and bananas.
Ooh, that does sound good.
So no jelly. The bananas provide the sweetness. That actually
Yeah.
is pretty good.
did you ever try not a peanut butter, but it's a bacon roll with jelly and butter?
So it's
A roll, like a breakfast roll, yeah.
So it's a carb, jelly, and bacon?
Yeah.
Why don't you put the peanut butter then? Why don't you put the bacon inside like a PB&J sandwich?
I think I had it once. I think it's a Maryland sandwich from
That's what
Maryland.
it's called?
The diabetic.
I don't know what.
The diabetic, the fat ass. I don't know, but it was pretty good. I would try it with peanut butter actually.
Bacon does make everything better.
Yeah, bacon does. I think bacon with peanut butter would be actually good.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, with bananas too. I
Actually, you
throw
know what?
bananas
Maybe
in there too,
it needs
bro.
some sweetness.
Yeah, maybe, dude.
My son sometimes wants to have straight up white rice and bacon for breakfast.
I was gonna say bacon and wagyu for and peanut butter. I was like, whoa.
Oh, quick side story.
Yeah.
Very quickly, and we'll get into this is the Asian news episode.
Asian news update, guys.
My son, so we went to the Wagyu Shabu place on Friday, and
Yes.
I explained to him and I showed him the meat, and I said, son, this
Poor-
is very fatty.
poor guy.
This is a very lazy cow. That's why he's so fat. And then he starts eating it and he
Yeah.
falls in love. He ate more Wagyu than my wife did.
No way.
Yeah. But then the following day,
He
we
got
went to
money's
a
worth.
Thai place.
Yeah.
And then he's like, is this the same kind of meat as last night?
Yo.
I was like, no, son, this is not.
He's like, ew, I don't like it. He's probably like,
No, he still ate a lot of it, but he's like, is this the same kind of meat as last night?
that is so funny. I love how like kids can like tell, like the fact that he could tell what's like the really good cut.
Well, we explained it to him. That's why we showed him
Yeah.
the meat.
Yeah, and he
I
noticed
also sent
it.
a picture of the meat to you.
Yo, I remember you sent it. I was like, this son of a bitch. It looked really good.
Okay, final note about the Wagyu.
Yeah.
We went there not intending to get the top package. When you go there,
Yeah.
there's a couple packages, right?
Okay.
I think the lowest one is like American Wagyu, which I think is just beef. I genuinely think it's just beef. I don't think it's any kind of Wagyu.
Okay.
So it's American Wagyu. The second tier is Australian Wagyu. And I've
Ooh,
had it.
Australia.
You've had it too, right?
It's like the medium. It's medium.
It's
tier.
actually like a good balance because it's not too fatty.
That's what I was trying to tell you. You're
It's-
like, it's not fatty enough,
It's the best kind of balance. If you're gonna
Yes.
eat, if you're gonna eat Wagyu in bulk, Australian Wagyu
Australian
is probably a
is
lot.
the best way
If
to
you're
go,
gonna have
bro.
one or two bites, then you get that
The Japanese.
the Japanese one.
Yeah.
And then the next tier was like a little bit of Japanese Wagyu, but not unlimited. And then the final tier was just unlimited Japanese Wagyu.
So you did the final, huh?
The only reason we did that top tier was because that night they didn't charge my son. Kids are normally half price, but the waiter was like, whatever, he's free. So because
shit.
because he was free, I'm saving a lot of money
A lot, right?
from the top package. And that's the only reason why I upgraded to the unlimited top package.
Yeah, shout out when you have like a really good, cool waiter.
Yeah.
Even the our uncle last night, he was great too.
Yeah.
Minus spoon spill, he was super attentive.
But when he
Mad
spilled
funny.
stuff on our friend, he brought club soda
Yeah.
and actually got the stain out.
He tried to bring as much as he could. He's like, hey, like here, he didn't pretend he didn't do it. That was
No, he didn't.
Because I would do that. I'll be. Oh my god, I dropped miso soup all over your head, freshly
Well,
hot.
was that the same guy that almost dropped soup on the baby?
No, it was another guy, but
Okay,
that was
okay.
our friend's fault because he was putting on his jacket and he actually pushed the waiter when he was coming towards.
He was coming with a tray of like
Yeah.
hot soup.
the red bean soup thing.
Yeah,
right?
which almost fell on our CTO's child.
Yes, and it's funny because like it was at the end. It's like, oh, we made it because he was freaking out throughout the whole dinner. Remember?
Oh, speaking of expensive cravings. Our CTO was telling us last. Guys, we will get to this episode at some point.
Yeah, let's just guys, we'll do cut. This is a new episode. Then we'll do news update.
The final point. This is the final point before we get to it. Our CTO was telling me about how his son likes, how kids eat like the small little crackers, like the puffs. They're not even crackers, they're like puffs. It's like some kind of puff. So he eats the puffs. And then his son, these are his words.
Okay.
He says his son only eats the really expensive cracker puffs.
I do remember this. He did say, he's like, my son only eats the expensive shit.
He didn't say it like in a bragging way. He's like, my God, my son only eats the expensive stuff.
Yeah.
He told me a small little cup was like $15. And then he said if he mixes the average stuff with the expensive stuff, his son will pick out the expensive stuff.
That's crazy.
His 1-year-old child will only pick out the expensive puff crackers to eat as opposed to the other ones.
Yo, it's kind of like, hey, what do you have in there, Timmy? It's like, I have Wagyu beef jerky and persimmons fruit chews and stuff. But yes.
To his credit,
I don't even know what it is.
To his discredit, he should have never bought the expensive stuff to give to his son.
Yeah. He's like, at this rate,
Yeah, it's like I'm ruining my son's experience of beef.
You're right.
In some ways, he's going to be like, this isn't as tender as the other thing.
He's going to eat like a hamburger and be like, oh, this is disgusting.
But like I said, I'm dying.
Yes.
Please get into the episode.
All right, guys.
What are we doing today?
We're going to be doing Asian news update. We're going to bring hard-hitting facts and stats. Lingjie's got some notes. I do have some notes. I guess let's start off with me for now. Yeah?
Yes.
Lingjie, you could just chill.
Should we just point out the elephant in the room? You're wearing
crap, I forgot, yes.
For those of you watching on YouTube, Ben is wearing a Christmas sweater because the next recording after this is going to be the Christmas episode for this month. But Ben forgot that in between or sandwiched in between that, he's going to need regular clothes in which he forgot to bring. So Ben's going to be wearing this particular Christmas sweater for 3 episodes, guys. So apologize to you when you listen and be like, why is he still wearing that sweater?
Oh,
on the other hand, this is my house, so I'm going to switch later.
You will be able to switch.
I'll be able to switch.
Oh, man. All right, well.
Good planning, Ben.
Yeah, I'll wear this inside out if anything. It's not that noticeable anyway, right?
It's bright orange and blue. Why am I screaming? It's hurting my stomach.
Oh, man. So, what's it? We're going to do some Asian news stuff. To start off, do you know about this fighter in the UFC? What's her name?
I actually don't watch UFC that much.
No, you don't watch it as much?
Yeah. I don't watch any of the really fighting things as much anymore.
Let me just make sure I pronounce it correctly. But there is this UFC fighter.
Is the name Chinese?
She is Chinese.
Just pronounce it the way you would naturally pronounce it.
I think it's Yu Hing. I think.
Spell it for me.
Y-U?
Y-U is you. Yeah.
C-H?
C-H.
Oh, it's yeah.
Last name is Yu.
It's Shiming. I'm sorry. I pronounce it as Shiming.
Shiming.
Yes.
Yu Shiming.
No, it's just Shiming Yu, I believe. But so she's got really viral recently because not only did she win her fight in the UFC.
Okay, so she actually won. Okay, nice.
But this is where you shows like how to be very, very Asian. What do we talk about when you're being Asian, being like a little Asian parent and talking about like what you got to grow up to be?
To be like stereotypical stuff, doctor, lawyer, accountant, finance, something that makes money. Engineer nowadays, that's a big one.
Right, maybe some tech, right? Some kind of coding or whatever.
Maybe even YouTuber because they make a lot of money nowadays.
That's true. So this woman, not only does she kick ass, she goes afterwards and revives them because she's a fucking doctor. So she has 2 careers and
so she is actually a full-fledged doctor.
And on top of it, what's it? So this is the crazy part. Her parents don't know that she's a UFC fighter.
How do you hide being a UFC fighter from your parents?
So
unless she doesn't live with them and she never FaceTimes them.
Yeah, so I was thinking that too, but this is the first time that her fight was broadcasted on television.
Oh, so the smaller fights usually don't get broadcasted, right?
Yeah, so sometimes they do prelims, which I'm surprised about that, but I guess this was such a big fight card that she was scared of running the risk of her parents finding out on their own. So she decided after that fight, it's like, okay, I think it's time I have to tell my parents.
Oh, so after she had the fight, she won and then called her parents to say, I'm beating people for a living?
Yeah, but I revived them after.
So she still is a doctor?
Yeah.
Like a practicing doctor or something?
Yes. And if for people that want to know, her practice is actually TCM, aka traditional Chinese medicine.
Oh, okay. So fake doctor.
I didn't want to say that. I'm so glad.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We definitely have some TCM listeners.
Traditional Chinese medicine.
Yes.
I practice it myself. I practice it
I
myself.
just couldn't break the ice with it because I feel like I'll be hating.
It's not the Korean guy's place to say whether or not
Yes.
there's doubts about it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, or just TEM, traditional Eastern medicine. Because I'm sure like Koreans probably practice some form of it too, right?
I've taken it before.
I'm almost sure
times.
that for my nausea, there's some kind of thing that I could be doing that's more traditional right now.
There's probably an acupuncture for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
There is scientific proof in some of it working, but not all of it does work.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to say, like, not everything does work. Some of it does work. Believe what you want, even if it's like a placebo effect.
Yeah.
It's doing some good to your body.
I agree. I agree.
So guys, if I hated on it, I'm just kidding because I practice some of it as well.
Yeah, it's just all good for fun. We haven't said it before, but maybe we should. This is all just for fun. We don't take anything serious. You can't,
When do we ever take anything seriously?
Exactly.
Just look at you right now. I don't know what you're wearing.
Yeah. I have a hat too, but I forgot it. I'll wear that later, I guess.
What size is that hat?
The hat?
Sorry, what size is the sweater? Because it looks a bit tight.
Extra large.
This is extra large?
Yeah.
So are you a double XL to be comfortable now?
I mean, this is comfortable. It feels okay.
This is form fitting.
Yeah, this is like very fitting.
Okay.
Yeah. Lingjie's like, I'm trying to say you're fucking fat. That's what he's trying to say. Yo, even yesterday, I remember I was like, I lost more weight. He's like, yeah, you know what's the problem when you lose weight, Ben? So when you lose weight, which congrats, kudos, right, bro? But when you lose weight, your tits stick out and your belly sticks out. I'm like, what is? He's like, because I think you get more loose. So when you're fat, it stretches it out, so your chest is ballooned up. But since you lose weight, you got little bitch tits.
The problem with your body, amongst many other problems,
yes,
is that when you lose weight, it's disproportional.
Yes.
So you may it's like someone was chiseling a statue, but they chiseled the wrong areas.
I'm like a balloon that's been like in your room, that's been just floating in the ceiling. But then after a few days, you see it like kind of like getting wrinkly and shrunken, but still floating.
Or like a shirt that you've stretched out the sleeves or something.
Yeah, so that's what it's just very loose and unappetizing.
So there are certain parts of your body.
Yes.
Now that you're losing weight.
Not that there's body shaming, guys. Just
I'm bench shaming. This is different.
Exactly.
That they're now disproportional to the rest of your body.
Exactly.
Compared to when you were fatter.
He's like, yo, your head looks big too. I need a haircut as well.
You do need a haircut.
I do. I know this is ridiculous. I look like Wolverine. But going back to
shout out to her. Shout
out to her. Lingjie's like, she's like, I actually need her right now to save me. I bet you that's what Lingjie.
She needs to knock me out.
Yo, you are so
and then save me.
Yo, you look like you're like tranquilized right now. Like you look really comfortable though, at least. And I hope you do feel better. Maybe
I hope I sound okay. I'm trying my best.
Did you drink any like seltzer maybe, dude? Like
no. We had so we had a lot of seafood last night.
A lot of seafood.
I think it's the 3 consecutive days of nonstop like binging.
Oh, poor baby. Oh.
It's so hard. all that king crab last night.
Oh, that wagyu.
This is the first time you and I together shared king crab.
Oh yeah. Yo, you were saying that. First time you was like, oh, look at us sharing a king crab together. I'm like, wow, that's such a rich, pretentious statement. I was like, yeah, look at us being friends. And he's like, hey Ben, how's it to be honored by sharing king crab with Lingjie? I'm like, wow.
I mean, it's such a regular occurrence for me, but but the two of us.
Lingjie's like, so I know how much this price range over. This is on the smaller side.
It was a smaller crab.
I was like, this pretentious fuckfish.
It was a slightly smaller crab.
It was really good though.
It was really good.
Yo, they had put fresh garlic in. I was like, wow, like fresh garlic with seafood is just always a win.
And the meat from a king crab is like substantially softer, right?
Oh yeah. It was easy to pull out. You didn't have to like suffer to get that 1 ounce of meat. It was a good meaty crab.
Yeah, blue crab is always the worst. King crab is the best.
Yes.
I like convenience. Do you have anything more about this amazing fighter / Eastern medicine practicing doctor lady?
If you met her, she just looks like a very disalarmed, Chinese lady. But then, in reality, she will fuck you up. She has glasses.
She's probably super nice in real life.
I bet she's like she is
well spoken, nice.
She's very polite. Very like how Asians from like overseas are very polite, well mannered. That's the vibe I get. But it's like she's a killer.
You watch more of UFC and fighting sports than I do. Combat sports.
Sure. Yeah.
There are some Asian athletes now.
Yes.
Is it like true that maybe they are nicer off screen? Like they'll be more polite during the weigh-ins. They'll be less trash talking during like the press conferences. Are they like sometimes actually nicer given their Asian roots compared to other people?
I would say out of all the fighters and their backgrounds, Asian fighters tend to be the most respectful for sure.
Okay.
Most cordial. It's only if the other fighter does push their buttons. That's the great thing is like they won't accept that. You know, so they'll be like, oh, that's great dishonor. That's
But they'll
disrespectful.
take it to the ring to
yeah.
resolve it. They won't just
Yeah.
like overreact during the press conference.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great Asian fighters. I gotta say.
Okay, that's good.
Chinese for some reason, Chinese UFC women fighters, they're really good, bro. Just like the Chinese soccer team, they're really good, bro. They're scary.
Maybe you should not marry a Chinese woman in the future.
Yeah, maybe not, bro. Especially
To those of you married to a Chinese woman,
Yo.
be careful.
yeah,
It's in
especially
the
her.
blood. It's in the blood.
But she seems mad. She seems so sweet, like mad polite and like gentle spoken. You would never think it. But yo, what do you got, bro?
Okay, Ben.
Yep.
How much would you pay for a banana duct taped to a wall?
Oh fuck! I know exactly where this going. I'll pay.
If
50 cents.
if someone calls it art and they duct tape a single banana
Yeah.
with regular silver duct tape to a dry wall,
Yes.
how much do you think that would be considered as art? This is not a fake banana. This is a real banana.
It's a real ass banana, guys.
real ass banana.
Real ass art, quote unquote art.
Less ums on your side. But Ben, with your budget, how much would you pay for
50
that?
cents.
No. Actually, if it was art, if you could actually display it within your budget, what amount of your budget would you pay for it?
Maybe like $10, bro.
$10?
Because like, for the record, Lingjie isn't exaggerating. It is literally a banana,
A yellow
with
banana.
one strip of duct tape plastered onto a wall.
Yes.
That's all it is, guys.
A banana duct taped to a wall sold for $6.2 million at a Sotheby's auction.
Yeah, crazy.
Within 6 minutes of bidding, it was won by a Chinese crypto business person. Oh, actually, is Justin Sun. He is the founder of cryptocurrency platform Tron. Is that a platform? Ben?
Tron is an actual cryptocurrency, I believe.
It's a currency or a platform?
I guess technically it is a currency.
Like, does that platform sell other cryptocurrencies, or they're just their own?
No,
coin?
I believe Tron is their own.
Whatever. He is very rich because he paid
Yeah.
$6.2 million for this banana.
I heard of that Tron.
And do you want to know? Technically, he didn't even pay for that banana.
Okay.
So think about it. If the auction is in New York and Sotheby's, right, and it's a
Right.
banana, and bananas like spoil very quickly,
Yeah.
like how does he in Hong Kong and China, wherever, pay for it and get that art? He actually paid for the rights from the artist to duct tape his own banana, not his penis, but his own banana that he would purchase.
What the?
I'm just making this clear
Okay.
in case people thought I was going.
You just made it unclear. You made this shit mad unclear, bro. You just confused them.
Justin Sun paid the artist
Yeah.
for the right to duct tape a banana of his choosing
It just sounds so weird when you say duct tape a banana, bro.
to a wall.
Yeah.
And he has the right to call that duct tape banana. What's the name of this art? It's called The Comedian. So he bought the rights from the artist to
Ridiculous.
duct tape his own banana, once
Yeah.
again, not his penis, to the wall and call it The Comedian. So you're not even really buying that banana that was on display or that
Yeah.
duct tape.
Yeah.
You're literally buying the rights from the artist to duct tape your own banana, which once again, Ben, is not what.
My penis.
It's not your penis.
My penis.
So then Justin Sun
Yeah.
bought a banana in Hong Kong somewhere,
Yeah.
bought some duct tape,
Mhm.
duct tape it to the wall. He had the press there to film it.
Yeah.
He then removed this banana and ate it.
Yep.
And thus was the end of that art because apparently it's a one-use time thing. So you can't keep duct taping other bananas
Apparently, yeah.
to a wall and keep calling it The Comedian.
Yeah.
He can only do it once, in which he did, and then he ate that banana.
Yeah. What's in our earlier life, me and Lingjie were one of the things we had in common was that we're artists. We did art a lot.
We drew.
Yeah, we drew.
We sketched. We weren't artists.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is because what differentiates what we were doing in middle school with this guy? Like, I was flabbergasted. I was just like lost for words.
You have to
kind
be
of thing.
a famous person
Right? That's what it is.
already, a pre-existing
Right.
famous artist
to
would
pull
like
this off.
to do something like this.
Yeah.
And I have like no idea like what kind of art this person previously made before he made this
Same.
a banana thing. Maybe he could paint great oil paintings or something. So he actually might have the skill.
Maybe.
Or he's just like a famous internet person who quote unquote made art and is just trying to like profit off of it.
I just see it as like a scam artist that sold it to another scam artist. It's like, hey, you want to eat this expensive ass fruit?
So the artist did say that he understands the absurdity of what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's basically this is a comment on the fact that art
Yes.
itself is kind of absurd to a certain point.
It is satirical, yes.
So he understands what he's doing, but still the fact that it generated this much money.
6.2, bro. That's so much.
This guy must have so much money that I can't imagine just doing it for like shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Because it's not, with 6 point something million, you could do something with someone else's life.
Yes.
You could like buy 6 people houses in New York, right? Or like, how much is a house in Texas? You could buy like 80 people houses in Texas or something, right?
Yeah,
for the same amount of money. You could like do something, even if it's not that, you just give it to your kids or something. So you spending $6.2 million just on like a stupid joke really shows how much money you have. You're just like burning it.
Yeah. It's when I heard about the price, I thought it was ridiculous. When I saw him eating it, I thought it was ridiculous. The fact that it was more than once, I thought that was ridiculous.
What do you mean more than once?
Like you can sell the rights to, that kind of thing.
Oh, no. I don't think he can sell the rights anymore because he ate the banana.
No, but didn't he sell it to him in order to eat the banana?
Yeah.
Right. So, and then you see what was made. I do think what's crazy is how more famous it makes this guy now. Like now the next
Justin
thing he ever
Sun
does,
or the artist?
the artist.
So
the artist now is like, now he could do even something more ludicrous. That's going to be very, very expensive.
even though the artist understands the stupidity of what he's doing, do you think like it would be more acceptable if he like took the proceeds and did something positive with it? Because then he's making a commentary point.
That's a good question.
And then he's like, okay, guys, you get it. Art is kind of weird. I'm going to take this money and do something else. Because even though he has a quote unquote good reason, he's still profiting himself off the stupid thing.
I think in that sense, I think you're right, dude. I think it's okay.
For his own PR, it would make sense, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe the next piece when he duct tapes. What's really hard to duct tape to a wall? Like a pineapple?
Oh, like yeah. Actually, a pineapple, I would say probably.
Or like a jackfruit.
Like a watermelon.
Oh, that's actually really hard to duct tape to a wall.
Watermelon shit.
You would need like a lot of duct tape.
Yeah. So that one would be one, but hey, you know what? To each their own. It's kind of the sense of where they say like rich people have so much money they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Right. This is kind of like
this is literally that. Only this is much more public than anything else.
Right. Like a good meal, I understand. there's like dinners that are really expensive, but at least it's still food.
Experiences too. If rich people just buy experiences, poor people, rich people, whatever, you buy experiences, then I think that's kind of acceptable, right?
Yeah.
Like if you buy a ticket on that Jeff Bezos ship to the space or the moon or something, right?
That actually looks like a peanut.
That's an experience, but that's an absurd amount of money. But at least you're buying something that you can't otherwise get. Getting like a banana on a thing is just,
Yeah. Shout out to rich people, I guess, and their bananas. And overeating.
Not their actual bananas. All right, Ben, what do you got next?
So we have a problem with being automation. Employment's hard. I know for a lot of people, finding work could be a little struggle, but Korea made it worse. In South Korea.
I thought you were gonna
South Korea don't give a fuck.
I thought you were gonna be like, but Korea solved this problem. No.
So what they did is Korea has a 10% workforce main
shortage.
No, 10% of the workforce is made up of fucking robots, and they're leading robot work employment technology.
So the most growing age group in the labor force is
being replaced.
Is robots.
It's robots. It's 10% of the working class in South Korea is made out of robots. We have second place. Oh, let's see. I had it somewhere.
Working class as in like aged demographic or race, or what is this? Is being a robot a race? Can you be racist right now? I'm not being serious. Because you're classifying them under the working class.
That's true. I think it's just people that work, I guess. That's the best way of putting it.
So what's the other?
I don't know, actually. So it's the difference between like a blue collar and a white collar, right?
But
that's what they always say.
That's a human being. It's like my robots do work in my house.
I guess a robot could do both.
Are they going to join a union soon? Like all my Roombas in my house?
That's for a future Elon Musk to figure out.
So what's the other classes you were saying?
Let's see. So they have pretty much 770 robots per 10,000 employees.
That's 700 robots per 10,000 employees.
You will definitely notice some robots around your office.
Does a self-serve kiosk count as a robot?
I believe so. Yeah, those count.
Okay, so that's a little bit easier because I was more picturing like when we go
like
to
actual like with arms and shit.
Yeah.
Like welcome.
Or those shitty robots when we go to revolving sushi, like the ones that bring you water.
It's always bumping into shit.
Yeah,
or
and that's all they do is just like bring you water. Like that, I picture more of a robot.
Oh, speaking of working class, Lingjie's maid.
Not even making this up. My Roomba just turned on.
You heard us. It hurt us.
It's coming to attack us.
Yo, I will destroy you.
Okay.
Human.
You talk while I fire him. Okay.
A new report from the International Federation of Robotics, IFR, reveals that more than 10% of South Korea's workforce has been replaced with robots. As the country continues to not give a fuck about people to lead the world in robotic automation, South Korea has 1,012 robots per 10,000 employees, a figure that has grown by 5% annually since 2018.
Do you think in these countries where there is a decreasing birth rate,
Right.
and they foresee as a result a decreasing workforce,
Robots are gonna
human
have sex
workforce,
with the
no,
humans.
no, no sexy times,
Oh, no. Oh, sorry.
that maybe they're just getting ready for the fact that they actually need robots in the future,
I think so, dude.
especially for jobs that are easily replaceable. Because every fast food place that we go to now, there is a kiosk. There are more kiosks at the fast food places
Yeah.
than there are human cash register people.
I remember you had a story, the Burger King story. It was a Burger King where you ordered the food prior on your phone, and then you still got there, and they didn't have your order, so you had to reorder it or something
With
like
the
that?
human being.
With a person.
Which just defeated the whole purpose of ordering the food in advance on my app.
I feel like it got more messier. Like, ever since they have those little, touchscreen panels
Yeah.
and, like, to-go orders, it feels like more of a shit show.
But then technically, if you're placing your own order at the kiosk and
Yeah.
you fuck it up, that's 100% your fault.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what
you're
I mean?
right.
Like sometimes the human cashier would put in the wrong thing.
Right, or make the size too large.
Right.
Right,
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
that's their fault.
That's true.
But now if you fuck up your order and they give you exactly what's on your receipt, that's all on you then.
Yeah, that's true. You can't have those like fights where people are like yelling at the drive-through people and stuff.
I do also think that
Mhm.
it slows things down a little bit because with the cashier, and especially one that knows what they're doing, they can take your order in like 15 seconds.
Yes.
You tell them, they punch it, you pay
Mhm.
15, 30 seconds, depending on if you pay with cash. But
Bingo.
whenever I use a kiosk,
You have to look through that shit.
I'm legit there for 5 minutes.
That's the only thing. You have to like, oh fuck. Now you
Even
have
if
to
I
search
know
it.
what you want.
Yeah.
You just have to find the tab or like find the meal as opposed to the single item or some bullshit like that.
Yep.
It takes so much longer.
One time it's like I put it in order and then I was let me go back to the menu and I reached the whole order. I'm like, oh my god, this. So I totally agree. And it's not even that like accurate sometimes. It's not like an iPhone.
It's a crappy touchpad. It's
Yeah.
not responsive at all.
It's just it's a huge television.
It
It's
is.
just a huge television.
It's so slow and shitty.
And they added something like some really shitty haptic feedback. But yeah, South Korea's like, oh, we're losing people. Let's just make more robots.
I don't know what else you can replace except for cashiers.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know what is
Oh.
easy to replace. Maybe it's more in like manufacturing.
Yeah, I was gonna say even with food. So in California, they had this one. It's a place where you could buy. This is smart. They have these machines like it's like a wok, but it's also like a cement mixer. You remember? You know how
It
cement
looks like a cement mixer that
Yeah.
like a slightly angled
Yes,
canister that spins.
exactly. Yeah, with the canister, they throw in the rice, the food, and then it just stir fries it. It comes out. The cool thing about that is, I will say this: considering California is expensive, is because of that, the food is a lot cheaper. So like the bowl, like it's like a meat over rice thing.
Yeah.
It's going for like $7, which I was like, oh shit, that's
How much do you have to pay an employee? If they make $15 an hour, they work an 8-hour shift. That's what the fuck is that? That's 80 plus 40. That's $120, right?
thank you, because I was not mad. That's why I took my coffee. I'm like, cheers.
Ben heard the math question and picked up his coffee.
I took a big ass gulp. I was like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
So it's $120 you have to pay someone for an 8-hour shift. Is the machine really that cheap? The machine has to be several $1,000s. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm saying this and calculating, less than a month probably pays for several machines.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. But then that's the people in the back cooking, though.
It's replacing those
Someone
people.
has to clean the machines.
I'm assuming it's one human just looking at these machines. So I'm gonna clean you up.
They should make robots clean themselves. Then it'll be like fully automatic.
Hey, technically, your living room does that,
Roomba,
already.
right?
Yeah, it does that. So yeah, they have that in California. At least they're saving money on the food, So I was like, all right, that's cool.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah,
You,
it's
the customer, are getting a benefit from losing your job. What? I can't pay the bill, but my fried chicken is my General Tso's chicken is
shit!
$2 cheaper.
It's fully automated. Holy crap! Oh, that's funny.
I mean, $7 for a Chinese meal is pretty cheap, actually.
Yeah,
Especially when you consider that's in California.
Right?
That's really cheap.
It's a big portion. I was surprised. So
You can take that meal and have it with your cardboard box on the side of the street.
yeah, you could buy that meal, and then you could probably flip it because that's like mad cheap anyway. So y'all sell this for $10 right now.
And there you go. You can make profit. You can make profit from anything here.
Yeah. All right, Lingjie, what you got, bro?
Thank you, Korea. Thank you, Korea.
Thank you, Korea.
If any country was going to do it, it's Japan or Korea.
Yes, yes.
China would just still make their people work, but just for less money. What do I have here? Okay, my next news is, Ben.
Yeah.
Going back to South Korea, maybe they need robots in the military because lots of South Korean men are trying to dodge military service.
Yes.
A Seoul court convicted a 26-year-old South Korean man of violating the Military Service Act by intentionally gaining weight to avoid mandatory military service.
Yes.
This person doubled his food intake and drank an insane amount of water to reach 225 pounds.
That's a lot.
Which is not even that much because Ben weighs 225 pounds right now.
Yes, I do.
You told me last night that's exactly how much you weigh.
Yeah.
Well, good news for you, Ben, because if you had to go to the military at 225 pounds, you would
I'll be disqualified.
you'd be disqualified and you would do a non-combative role, whatever that is.
Oh, actually,
Maybe desk duty or something.
clean the Roombas.
Clean the military robots.
Yeah.
225 pounds is not that much.
I mean, I'm assuming maybe it's based off like height to weight.
So it's a BMI kind of thing.
Maybe.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
That would make sense. Because 225, I feel like a person in 225 can still serve in the military. I'm sure like there are guys that are like brolic and like swole and
yeah,
and there are like much more than that.
There's been like athletes or football players even enlisting, but like if you're like pushing 7 feet tall, I think then you can't be combative.
So it must be BMI then not just like straight weight because you are 225. I think if I was 225,
yo, that'd be a lot.
that'd be a lot of my bones right now.
Yo, my bones, yo, you'll be in a wheelchair, bro.
That's like an extra 60 pounds on me.
Damn.
That's like carrying like another human being.
Imagine like 230-pound dumbbells.
70 something pounds. Wow.
230-pounders, just fucking, and you have to
non-stop.
and you just walk around with them doing farm work.
The man whose name was not released
Ben on. Oh.
will receive a 1-year prison sentence.
Yeah.
He'll be suspended for 2 years and will then still have to complete his normal military duty. So joke's on him.
He got punished even worse. He got it worse. He got it way worse.
He still has to do his thing, but now he has to
do prison time.
do prison time as well. You know what? In prison, he's probably gonna get swole and like lose weight, so he's not gonna be able to disqualify himself as well.
No, he gets so big that he actually can't lose the weight. And then when they try to enlist him, it's like, yo, you're still too big. You're going back to prison.
So according to South Korea, of the people that try to evade the service, right? So just the people that try to skip out from it, 37% of that group use this same tactic. So the people that try to skip out on going to the military, a third of them do it by just overeating and drinking too much water before they weigh in.
Yo, it's like the opposite of like UFC fighters when they have to do the weigh-in, and so they cut down with their weight.
Oh, when they stop drinking water and they go to the sauna?
Yeah.
And they just sweat out all their weight.
And they're just starving to death?
Yeah.
This guy's like, yeah, I'm fucking determined.
I mean, that's essentially what they're doing. But the bad thing about this guy is, right, I think the reason why he was caught was apparently they have 2 weigh-ins. So the first weigh-in, he weighed in as a normal BMI, let's say, and he qualified. And then on his final weigh-in, he suddenly gained so much weight. So then it makes sense. It's like, oh, this guy clearly was fine. As opposed to if he started gaining weight for the first weigh-in and just went to the branch and was like already fat, then they wouldn't have even like thought twice about it.
I just think like that kind of dedication to like gain the weight. I'm like, yo, dude, like, is it that bad? It's a 2-year military service.
It's technically only 18 months.
18 months, yeah. So it's less than 2 years, guys.
Yeah.
So actually, it's a year and a half, pretty much, right?
It's a year and a half plus they do other non-combative duties during the other 6 months or so.
So, I mean, like, was it really worth it? And the fact that like he tried it and he didn't realize like, hey, maybe this is not gonna work, because there have been like we talked about it where there's only 2 ways technically of
if you win a gold medal,
yes,
or if you're too fat. That's literally the only 2 ways.
Yeah.
If you win like a gold medal in an international event like the Olympics, then you're actually, which is a weird thing, but okay, fine. Or you're physically not capable of doing that duty because you're too fat. That's fine too.
I know that, you know, soccer is such a big sport, and it's a big sport in Korea, where if you win something big like FIBA or the World Cup and stuff like that, then you get like a pardon too. So
yeah, that kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's like because you're fighting for your team's honor.
You're fighting for the nation's honor at that point. You're bringing honor to your entire South Korean country.
So I understand that. So the stakes are a lot higher for there.
But some people should see it as a benefit. You get 2 years of like fitness training. That's a personal trainer. that you would pay for like 18 months, right?
You learn skills too.
You do,
learn
right?
skills. You do.
Yeah. You learn discipline. You get physically fit. Like, I feel like 18 months is
Honestly,
probably not that bad.
Yo, I'll be honest. Like, just because in the U.S. it's a 4-year term, but I bet you if it was like 18 months, a lot more people would consider doing it. It's almost,
but it's voluntary here. It's not mandatory. I'm saying if it was like mandatory for all people just to go through that, maybe there's some kind of guarantee that you won't be sent to active duty, but you just do the actual training for like 18 months as like a mandatory thing. I bet you that would straighten up a lot of people who are like slackers or like men that are just like lazy with their lives at that point. Like, just get them in the right. I feel like you, Ben, if you had gone to the military, would be a lot more organized and disciplined.
Oh, my dad tells me all the time. He always fucking reminds me, hey, your life is fucked because you didn't join the military. He always reminds me. Yeah. And I agree with him. I'm like, you know what? If it was for 18 months, I had to consider it for sure.
It's not that bad. I've said this in the past. When I was in high school at Francis High School, we had JROTC, Junior Reserves Officers Training Corps, which is a branch of the military that does it for, it substitutes PE, gym, so in high school. So you do that instead. And honestly, I know as a personality trait, I'm more disciplined and like strict to begin with. But even me being in that, I feel like taught me a lot more.
Really?
About like managing people, about like taking care of others, just about being more outwardly with like how I am. And that was only from like 3 years of a couple hours every week or so. So it's really not that bad. I think it does a lot for you, and that's what you're missing.
I think what Lingjie's trying to say is that he really enjoyed yelling at people.
I did enjoy it.
I remember when we were in high school, Lingjie was like, yo, I get to yell at them want to do push-ups and shit. I was like,
I mean, technically, I got yelled at for 2 years to be able
to yell back
at other people later on in high school. So I earned it. I earned the right to yell at people nicely. No cursing.
I earned the right to abuse people, but no profanity.
None. You have to be like civil when you make people do things.
All right, I'll move on.
You're the last one. Yeah.
So there was a little fun times. It happened last week, actually. So this is actually a very, very fresh news update.
What was her name? You said, a little fun time. What was it happened last week?
Oh, my God. What was it? Oh, I said I went to church yesterday.
Oh, yeah, you did.
God.
You were late to dinner last night because you went to church.
And our gorgeous friend was like, oh, that's her name, huh? I was like, wow. It's like, we're calling it church, huh? I was like, this guy, just no shame. But South Korea initiated a martial law.
This is a lot of South. Oh, let's actually talk about this. This is the final thing.
Because I had a funnier one. I was like, oh, shoot, I should talk about like a little more serious.
This is semi-serious.
Yeah, this is pretty serious.
If you guys haven't paying attention.
Yeah. South Korea declared a martial law.
The South Korean, is it president or prime minister?
The president.
The president of South Korea himself declared martial law.
It caused a big uproar with any country, right? Because you shouldn't exercise that at all.
So martial law, in simplest terms, is like a government's ability or right to
use military
forcibly to stop something or to do something, right? Usually, most countries, most presidents don't choose to do that unless it's something crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. If, let's just say, a country is going to war, they might declare martial law because a lot of these things that they have to execute with is used with the discretion of military force.
Yes.
So it's almost like they're just taking over. That's what it is. And it caused a big uproar. By the way, I remember my dad woke me up.
He woke you up to tell you?
Last week, I was exhausted. So yesterday, I told you I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Right? Last week, I started my new gig, my new job. It's been fucking amazing.
We'll talk about it on the next episode.
Thank you. It's just been super exhausting. But to make it worse, my dad, he's been freaking out. He's been watching Korean news like all week.
So it apparently is a very, very big deal.
Yeah,
because it was on my newsfeed, like blasting my entire newsfeed. I had to like read up to understand what exactly happened because it all happened so fast.
Yes,
a quarter of a day.
Out of nowhere.
It started and it stopped in like a quarter of a day.
Yeah, so that was the thing. It was like you just caused all this anxiety and stress out of nowhere. It's like, let's fuck with the people of Korea or a country in general. Martial law.
So according to your dad, why did that president declare martial law?
So the president has already had his approval ratings are pretty shitty. He's not going to get reelected.
Yeah.
Supposedly my dad's saying like this douchebag is doing it because he's desperate of losing his power.
So it's a political stunt.
Yo, a big one.
So what was his objective in doing this?
Just trying to see if I think he was gonna try to. I don't know.
Does anyone know why he really did it?
That's the thing. This came out of nowhere. That was the worst part. Is that it came out of nowhere. No one saw this coming, and then he revoked it without explaining.
He didn't
the
revoke
parliament.
it.
The parliament.
The Congress of them all voted.
They all overturned it.
Yes.
Which fucking great win. But this guy was just having anxiety or something, and like was trying to be like North Korea. So that's why like this people in South Korea are pissed. They're like, this guy was probably trying to do it so he could try to like extend his term or turn Korea into like, I don't know, some kind of dystopia.
Where did he send the military during those few hours? To like their equivalent of like
office buildings, government officials and stuff, just because they also knew like there's a chance of a riot. So that was the first thing.
So he was using the military to try to hold other politicians or elected officials in their building. And
that's what I'm saying. It's weird. I'm like, dude, how do you think this is gonna work?
Yeah, right. Like literally,
no one understands this guy's game plan. So now South Korea has issues where the people of South Korea said he is not allowed to leave the country. So
why would he leave the country?
Because they're afraid he's gonna leave and trying to like just be like, yo, my bad, and leave now. So there's like he's gonna get prosecuted and he has to stay here. So
right, so like their Congress, their parliament is trying to impeach him.
Yeah, bro. Now they're like, now they want to like, they want to give him jail time. And
what's his name? Do you know his name?
Park something.
Is it really Park something?
I don't know. Let me see. Oh, shit, I was even close, bro. It's Yoon Suk Yeol.
What was it?
Yoon Suk Yeol.
I'm not.
He's like nausea. He's like,
I'm not gonna make a joke,
good, bro.
I'm too sick to make a penis joke.
Oh, you made penis jokes already.
Oh, sorry.
The banana joke. Hey guys, for the record, he duct taped not his penis.
Because my sentence was, he has the right to duct tape his banana to a wall. How does that sound on its own?
All right, that sounds more appropriate.
That's why I had to
the joke.
I had to make sure
all right,
that my words were not taken out of context in like a snippet somewhere.
So yeah, I'm glad South Korea is fixing that. It looks like.
So why were people freaking out, according to your dad? Why was citizens of South Korea freaking out?
Because they were wondering like, what's gonna happen to their rights?
Was that during the period before Parliament revoked?
Yeah, it was before. Yeah,
okay.
That immigration now was questionable.
During that few hours,
we talked about the military, but that was another thing. It's like, okay, so are they gonna like just because now they could just demand people to be enlisted, something like Ukraine. So that's what they were thinking.
All during those few hours.
Yeah, all during. That's what it comes. It's worst case scenario in real life.
Yeah,
that's what they were thinking. So
I wonder if other militaries around the world were like getting antsy.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because in theory,
it puts a target on the country's back now. Yeah, so yo, this guy's a dumbass, bro. That's all it was. It's like I don't even know. Like you can't even say this is an accident.
It's not an accident because it's not like he had a button to press.
That's what I'm saying. Like he actually stepped. He like sat up. Oh, whoopsies.
He like butt dialed someone or something.
Yeah, butt dialed. Yeah, butt dialed martial decree law and shit. Yeah,
he must have signed some form or told somebody. However the process works, he did that.
Yeah. Everyone's like, "Are you sure, Mr. President?" Like they're just like looking like slowly taking the paper, like looking at it, like.
Yeah, do you feel bad for the person that had to take the paper from him, assuming that it was a piece of paper, and then give it to the military and say, "Okay, your president has declared martial law. You all have to go to Parliament and Congress or wherever." And
yeah, dude, I don't know.
It must feel bad to be like those kids that are
enlisted.
Yeah, and they're having to do that.
Yeah. You imagine he just started. I was like, it's only been a week. I don't care. Grab your gun. Oh my god!
Because I saw some pictures of those military people barricading some building, and then like old ajumas were like pushing their rifles out of the way. Because I don't think those kids intended to shoot them, but they had their guns there.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like that's like your aunt or your mom's like, oh crap, I gotta listen to her. And you know, Asian moms are just angry and scary.
Yeah.
So the soldiers are like, oh, this is more terrifying than real soldiers and shit. So
you know what would have been a great place to catch up all this gossip? McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Every time I go to McDonald's,
all
the old people are sitting on all the tables drinking coffee and gossiping, chatting nonstop.
Yo,
I bet you that afternoon, what were they all talking about?
Yo, yeah. I remember when I used to work at the McDonald's in high school, there was a Korean church next to us, but we saw the door through our windows.
Yeah.
As soon as we saw the doors open and all the Korean Ajummas came out the service, we're like yelling at the whole side, yo guys, start
get the coffee ready. Get the coffee.
Like, get the coffee ready. and they love eating ice cream. They love ice cream cones.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Maybe it was just at church. But so it was always coffee and ice cream cones. That's all they ate.
Oh, on breaking non-Asian news,
Okay.
McDonald's can legally have third-party people fix the McFlurry machine now.
Wow.
Guys,
salute, guys.
guys,
Salute. That's a big step for
in
mankind.
case you weren't aware, the McFlurry machines were notorious for always breaking. You probably knew from first-hand experience, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to use them.
And the reason why they were always constantly broken was the manufacturer had the exclusive rights to fix it. So McDonald's could never call a third-party company to fix it.
That's why it was always left broken.
They always had to have that company send out one of their guys, which was never enough.
And
That's the reason why those machines are always broken.
I think you're right. Yeah. I'm picturing that machine right now.
But finally, they are allowed to have third-party people fix the machine. So guys, you're welcome. This is your early Christmas gift right here.
I could go for an ice cream cone right now. I haven't had a McDonald's in a while.
All right, guys, we're at the favorite part of the whole podcast, ranting and raving.
Yep.
I made it here.
Yes. Congrats. How you feeling, by the way?
I feel a little bit better.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this screaming helps or this hot water has helped. But
Okay.
I think in between this episode, I'm going to take a nausea chew thing just to make sure I'm okay.
Does it taste good?
It tastes like ginger. I think it tastes fine. It tastes like very sweet ginger.
Okay. Ginger candy.
Sweet ginger tea.
All
right, Ben, this is the part of the episode where we like to rave about something good happening in our lives or rant about something shitty.
Bad.
Ben, what do you have to rant or rave about on this almost festive episode?
So, I was talking to a guest at my workplace, right? And he was really cool. Very handsy. But I didn't mind that. But the problem is that he did this one thing where I was very embarrassed, where he's like, yo, man, what's good, bro? Like, yo, it's good times. I was like, man, this guy's drunk. And which is like, I think we shook hands 4 times while we're talking. And I was like, yeah, man, yo, bye, I'll be right back. And he does this thing where, like, some guys, I do it too, where, like, he pats, like, like the side pat on your, it's like kind of by your chest and your belly.
So it's the little chest part.
Yeah, like
underneath your boob.
Yeah.
Above your.
Like your rib cage, right?
Which for you right now is more noticeable.
Yeah.
Because your boob is more out and your belly's out.
So he does it, but then he shook it. Like, vigorously.
So he jiggled your chest.
And I was jiggling. I was, oh man, I was like, whoa, this is very, very soft.
Was he a larger guy than you?
No, not really. He was,
Okay.
he was on the smaller side, but he was just really amped up. And I was like, oh man, but he shook it vigorously.
Was he drunk?
He's very drunk and way too long. Like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was 2 seconds. I would say. I was like, oh man. I think when I walked away, I was still jiggling.
Did he know you were the manager there?
He knew. He's
and
like,
he was
yo,
a customer.
Yeah, he was like, yo, thanks for everything.
Okay.
Yo, man, like, yo, it's good times, right? Like, yo, life is good, right? Yo, look at these girls, right? They're so, I'm like, yeah, bro. Stop spitting my face. Like, that's another thing.
He's a close talker.
Yo, that's the thing about restaurant life is it's so loud and dark. People get really close to you. And
because they're forced to because of the noise level.
Yeah, so that's what. Or some people just are too close.
Yeah, I don't like close talkers.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be so close?
Yeah, they whisper into your ear. I'm like, bro, dude, chill. Just text me.
Yeah.
Like,
you might as well just kiss me right now. Like, what's the difference at this point?
Buy me a drink, sir.
We've exchanged so much saliva. It's the same thing at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my ranting. Ugh. It's gross. I just hate it when I have to deal with that kind of. That's how I get sick a lot.
Oh, that actually, you know what?
Yeah, dude.
It's not the
partying.
It's not the partying.
It's touching people's, like, I wash my hands so much, dude.
Yeah.
I wash it constantly and just grabbing people's cups, and sometimes I might touch my face right after instantly.
I see a lot more restaurant managers and staff wearing masks now.
Yeah.
Because I think they're just trying to avoid being sick during the winter. Because there's there's colds, there's flu, there's RSV, whatever. There's like so many things going around besides COVID. VCR.
Yeah, there's a lot, bro.
DVD.
Yeah.
Gets around a lot. Mini disc is a bad one.
Yeah.
So I think like that's probably a reason why too.
Yeah. Oh, but what about you, man? What you got today?
It's my wife's glorious week of birth this week.
Yes.
This week.
It was very nice seeing her.
So the good thing about birthdays, and I'm raving on behalf of her, is that a lot of these companies, these restaurants, these places give out like free birthday stuff. This morning she texted me that like at Paris Baguette, they give her a free slice of cake.
Oh man, I want a free slice of cake.
Well, wait till it's July, Ben. They can give you a free slice of cake.
Oh, that's so cool.
And Starbucks gives 1 free drink.
Oh shit!
But the great thing about the Starbucks one is they give 1 free drink of anything you choose.
Oh, that's really cool.
So
you can get a really nice, expensive.
She was playing with the app to get a free drink. She's like, I can make this a venti 12-shot coffee. Like, it lets you put up to 12 shots of
I wish he ordered that, bro.
So she showed it to me and she tried checking it out. She's like, yeah, it's free.
Oh my God.
She didn't get the 12 shot, but
that is hilarious.
it basically lets you make whatever drink you want.
Yeah.
You get like a quadruple shot of something.
That's awesome.
At that point, you might as well get the 12 shot thing and treat it as like a coffee concentrate that you could slowly.
And you could just keep it in your fridge, right?
Yeah, and you slowly dilute over the next couple of days.
See, that was the first thing I was thinking. As soon as you said 12, I was like, yo.
When she told me that was what I was thinking too.
That was the first thing you're thinking, right?
I was like, just treat it as a concentrate.
Yeah, dude. Yo, for my birthday or for your birthday,
for all our birthdays,
we just keep combining all this shit.
If you guys have, I think you need to be the Starbucks membership,
the
which is free. But then if you have the app and stuff, because I think it's weird to go up in person to a cashier.
I'll take.
I'll take as my birthday drink the venti 12 shot something.
Yeah,
that's actually a chance where I would rather have a kiosk.
Yeah, just for to pick up and stuff.
Just to like pick up these weird orders. So guys, next time it's your birthday, I think you can make the app. Can you?
Wait, you would?
Okay,
you're like create the app. You're like make the app. Make the app do something.
My brain was the gears are turning as I was saying this. Okay, here's my last big brain move. If you make 364 accounts of the reward thing. Ben was drinking coffee.
I was expecting that.
You're about to spit.
I was about to spit the coffee out. I was expecting that. Fucking.
You're about to
big brain. I was expecting that. Holy shit.
Yo, guys, if you're a super big brain and you have
you're an idiot.
No.
That's a smart idea.
If you're a super big brain,
account for every day.
If you make an account for every day of the week, can you do that? If you make
I'm pretty sure you fucking can. Oh,
free Starbucks 365. Make
365.
Make an account. 365 accounts. Everyone is a different birthday. You'll get a free birthday drink every day of the year. I guess technically, if you're lazy, make only 52 and just get the concentrate, and then you can separate.
Yo, you're crazy.
All right, guys, we're at the outro.
We're at the outro, guys. I guess I'll talk for you, man. Thank you for listening to our episode. This was pretty informative.
Very informative.
I did want to say that, you only did you do 3 or 2?
I think I did 2.
Yeah, but it's okay. Lingjie is a little under the weather. I didn't know, but Lingjie toughed it out for you guys. We are still trying to do it. I was looking forward to a recording.
I haven't seen you prior to last night. I actually hadn't seen you in a month.
It's been a full month?
It's been a month. We missed only Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're right. That's why.
Because we had so many other episodes. So I think we only missed Thanksgiving. Thank God.
Thank God. So yeah, we still love doing this. We love listening to you guys.
Happy holidays, by the way.
Happy holidays. This fucking sweater is itchy as fuck, and I have to do 2 more fucking recordings.
In the same sweater.
Yes.
All right, Ben. Plug all the plugs.
Plug all the plugs. You can find us on the Instagram at Worst Asian Pod. You can send us the email at Worst Asian Pod. You could find us on Snapchat at Worst Asian Pod.
It's worstasianpodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, thank you. worstasianpodcast@gmail.com.
If you have a minute, go on worstasian.com, and there's a survey at the bottom. It's a listener survey. I'm just going to keep that open for forever. So if you guys always want to shoot ideas to us, episode ideas,
yes,
whatever, maybe I'll make a separate one that's just episode ideas. So that might be a little bit easier.
You know what?
That's actually not a bad thing. Maybe
that's something we should have done a really long fucking time ago.
Yeah,
oh my God.
You just click on it and you submit an idea.
Oh my God. That's a real big brain idea. Holy not that Starbucks shit. What the fuck? That's a great legit idea. And he's like, yo, you want coffee for life? That's what we think about.
Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Happy holidays. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Peace.